All right, everybody, welcome to another weekly market update review and video. Before I get into it, I just want to wish everybody here a happy Chinese New Year. I hope you guys are doing great during this time. And let's see what's happening or what happened in the past week and what's about to happen in the upcoming week. All right, so I've got some exciting stuff for every single one of you. Now, before I get started, I just want to make a disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Any views, opinions, references, assertions of face or other statements that I may set out on our social media or otherwise are just our personal views, all right? And not necessarily the views held by any group, all right? So let's get straight into it. Now, number one, guys, Twitter is reportedly cash-strapped and they are struggling to pay rent. So we have already seen reports that they have dramatically lower ad revenue ever since Elon Musk took over. But now it seems the social media company has resorted to auctioning off items from its San Francisco headquarters. So things like espresso machines, TVs, pizza ovens, and etc. is just going all on sale at Twitter. So CEO Elon Musk, who took over Twitter last fall, has faced an exodus of advertisers and employees as he has allowed banned users to be back on the platform while also seeking dramatic cost cuts, right? Cost cuts. Now, again, things with Twitter, Elon Musk has been a little bit of a polarizing figure as of lately. Tesla shares, another company that he's owned, is down quite significantly, about 60+% for the year. Okay, so things are not so great, and now it seems Twitter is also facing similar struggles as well. So pretty interesting, guys. Let's see how all this continues to pan out and play out. Next one, okay. So tech companies have been slashing tens of thousands of jobs over the past year. Recently, this week, guys, we saw Microsoft as well as Google also say that they are going to ramp up their cuts and lay off employees as well. Okay, so of now, among the big tech giants, we've got Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and even Meta, Facebook, that have already laid off or even making more plans to lay off employees. But so far, the only one that hasn't been following the trend, guys, is actually Apple, right? So the iPhone maker, Apple, has not ramped up their hiring, right? So they're not hiring any new individuals, but they have not announced any major layoff as of yet. So far, things are decent at Apple. Let's see what happens. But again, guys, all this ramping up of laying off of their employees is just pointing to one thing. These companies are scared. They are preparing for what's to come ahead. They are not so confident of the future. A lot of rumors about a recession. I've talked about this many times. And these big tech giants are just preparing or anticipating what might come in the near future. So they are not too confident. They are trying to maintain a healthy cash flow and make sure things are all right. So that's why you see these massive layoffs that are happening. So far, Apple has avoided this. Let's see whether they continue or not. Just my theory, all right? This is not actual advice, but just my theory. I think if Apple jumps on the bandwagon and starts laying off employees as well, it might cause a little bit of volatility and shakeups in the market, all right? So this is the biggest company so far in the index, in the markets, in the US market. Anything that it does, it could cause some movements or volatility in the market. So let's see what happens as this continue to unfold. Next, Netflix. All right, so Netflix announced its earnings. A couple of news, guys. So first thing, the CEO of the company announced that he would leave his co-CEO role, right, and become one of the executive chairman. And operating chief Greg Peters now joins their other co-CEO, right, and he takes up the CEO role as well. Now, interesting things about Netflix. They reported 7.7 million new subscribers, so new individuals or new subscribers coming onto the Twitter platform, while analysts were only expecting about 4.6 million. So pretty significant jump. Pretty good news for them as well. I think in this time of your streaming giants and all these digital streaming companies, one thing that they are facing is slow growth, right? Slow growth. So the fact that Netflix are posting these kind of numbers and showing new or increasing new subscribers onto their platform, I think it's pretty great. if they can follow this up with good numbers for the next quarter for their earnings, I think you're looking at pretty good movement on this stock in time to come as well. Right. So really interesting to see in the next quarter how these numbers play out financially with the new subscribers and them being able to cope with slow growth. Okay, so pretty interesting stuff there. Now, another thing that I want to go through. So, other than these major news that happened, there were some key events that happened in the week, and one of them was PPI. All right, PPI. Now, what is PPI, guys? For those of you that are new, PPI is just a leading indicator of consumer inflation, and very simply, when producers or businesses, right, charge more for their goods and services, the costs are going to be passed on to individuals like you and me. All right. And the reason why they charge more for their goods and services is because making these products or making these goods and services have become more expensive. So naturally, to cope with the cost, they charge you guys higher, and we end up feeling the cost of it. So as you guys know, we're in a high inflation environment now. Inflation is, even though it's come down, we're still pretty high. And that's why things like your everyday expenses, your bread, your groceries are all a little bit more expensive now. Okay, so this data was announced. Now, the data actually showed that inflation, right? The PPI data actually showed, if I can circle and you can see over here, that is minus 0.5%. So what it's actually telling us, guys, is that inflation is actually slowing down, all right? It's coming down. The producers are not charging more for their goods and services, more for their products, but rather it is coming down. They are reducing it. And it just shows that inflation has peaked. It is on its way down, but it's nowhere near the levels that we need it to be at. All right. So this was a bit of a positive news. Okay. But we are nowhere out of the woods yet. Okay. There's still got a long way more to go till we hit our goal or inflation target number. So yeah, right. This news was a good news so far, but we've still got a long way more to go, guys. Right. So that was one of the major events that happened, and pretty much something that traders were anticipating in the upcoming week. All right. So I'm done with the events that happened in the previous week. Let's take a look at the charts and the TA, our indexes, and see where the market can go next. All right, guys. Now we are on the charts. I'm looking at my famous SPY. Okay, our index, our S&P 500. You can see it over here in the top left-hand corner. Now, guys, I want to let you know, firstly, we are on our daily chart, our 1 year, 1 day chart. And I've just been doing a little bit of technicals and drawing of myself. So basically, again, you know my trend line. So far, my trend line has coincided with my 200 EMA over here. We saw it go up, reject my 200 EMA, reject this level, and come back down for itself. Now it seems like the price is moving back up again. Where can we go from here in the coming week? Well, very simple, guys. Firstly, I'm on the lookout to see whether SPY can break 400. All right. Why 400? Number one, we've got my 200 EMA and my trend line nicely intersecting there. So that's a good, strong resistance level. Secondly, psychologically, 400, 400, 400 is a round number. And investors and humans, naturally, we feel more comfortable with such a number. So I'll be looking and paying attention to this. If SPY can break above this 400 and we come out of my daily triangle, so this line that you've seen below, okay, it connects and you can see we form sort of a triangle. So if we can break out of this daily triangle and go above 400, there is a possibility, you know, if you're doing options trading or you know what options trading is, possible to look at maybe calls on SPY. Again, this is not advice, right? Not financial advice, but if we can see SPY hit 400 and go above, we can possibly look at, or there might be a possibility of calls, right? Long calls on this for a short-term play. If it breaks above 400, where can it go? Likely to 405 or 410, right? Again, this is just my interpretation of it. Take it with a pinch of salt, but I think it can go to 405 or 410. Now, if it comes down, all right, and we see it come down and it doesn't break above 400, it gets rejected and it starts making its way down, lowest I can see going to, right, is around the 385 level. All right, so it can make its way down. We might see it around 385 to 380. These are the levels it can come down to. So if it goes above, breaks 400, we might see 405 to 410. If not, we'll see it come down around 385 to 380. Okay, and you can see as well my RSI over here. So my RSI, guys, below is this purple line that you can take a look at. It is at a midway point. Okay, at a midway point, trying to decide where we can possibly go next. Right, so this week is going to be an interesting one. Right, let's see how it unfolds in the markets. Now on the QQQ, the Nasdaq 100, similar things as well. Okay, so if it does go up and we see it make movement up, then I'm looking at it to hit anywhere from 290 to 295. Right, that's where my 200 EMA is. 290 to 295. If we can see it make a move up, that's where I think it will get resisted or stopped out yet. If not, and it starts to make its way down, then we might see it go all the way, right? Let me just quickly draw a line, guys. Right, we might see it go all the way, right, from around 270. So 270 is around here to 270 to 275. Right, sorry about that, guys. So about 275 here, 270 to 275. That's where we can see QQQ possibly go down if it decides to make a turn and reverse downwards. Okay, so on my RSI as well, same like SPY, you can see it's at kind of a midway point, kind of deciding where it can go next. So I'll share with you guys the events for the upcoming week and what are the possible catalysts that can determine where these indexes go. All right, so let's go ahead and check that out. All right, guys, so what to look for in the upcoming week? Well, number one, we have Flash Services PMI. So what is that? Very simply, again, you can just look at it here, guys. Why do traders care about this? It's a leading indicator of economic health. Okay, how businesses react quickly to market conditions is something that is very interesting to see. Now, how do they derive this value? Basically, they survey about 400 purchasing managers, which ask respondents to rate the relative level of their business conditions, which include things like employment, production, new orders, prices, supply, demand, inventories, and so on. So it's an interesting data that we should look out for the upcoming week. So traders are going to be looking out and caring about this. The next one, which I think is the most fundamentally important one for the week, is actually advanced GDP, right? So GDP, guys, gross domestic product, that is how, or the broadest measure of economic activity and the primary gauge of a country and economics health. So it's going to be very important to see how this pans out. The last time this came out was in October 27. GDP or the growth was about 2.6%. Let's see. Analysts are forecasting another 2.6%, but let's see whether we actually meet this, we beat it, or it underperforms, right? It's going to be very important. And how this data plays out will definitely impact the stock market. So to see where our SPY QQQ may go, I think this is going to be a very important factor and information. So I'm going to be on the lookout for this. Traders as well are going to be looking out for this because this is a volatile event. So please pay attention to this, guys. It may cause some volatility and some price movement in the market. Now, guys, even though the markets are super volatile, and again, you can see that there are so many negative news that are affecting the economy and the markets, our guys and our traders over here at TWC have been making steady returns and consistent returns for themselves, right? So if you want to try or attempt to make daily income for yourself using options, well, you know, our community is here, and let me show you guys. These guys have been doing it for themselves. These are some trades that our community actually took over the past 2 weeks, right? Over the past 2 weeks. So I just want to share this with you guys. So go ahead and take a look for yourself, guys. And so you can see some wins on Baba for themselves, and Nvidia as well, making about 9%, 10%. Right. Here there, right? 3%, 2% on Baba, 8% on Nvidia, Tesla, Baba, Nvidia, right? And the returns just keep coming in, guys. They just keep coming in, right? Take a look, man. Right, so fantastic from them. They've been making or staying profitable during this time. So if you want to know how you can do this for yourself and how you can start, well, very simply, guys, you can join our community. So this is our free community where we actually post market updates, where we actually give you guys some information or resources about the market. So if you have not joined in yet, please go ahead and scan the QR code over here. If not, you can click on the link here that says bit.ly/IWC Discord. All right. So I'll leave this here for 5 seconds, guys. But if you've not joined our community yet, please go ahead and do so. This is where we share really great market resources and trading resources. So if you want to be part of our community, you want to start learning how you can do it, like these guys over here making daily income using options, go ahead and join the community, right? It's bit.ly/IWC Discord, or you can take out your phone and just scan the QR code. All right. So again, guys, that's it from me. I've got nothing else for you guys. That's the end of my video. So take care, stay safe, guys. Trade well, make sure you are taking care of your risks, manage your losses, and let's see what happens in the upcoming week. So take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next week.